Earlier this year, Eau Claire, Wisconsin was named America's second drunkest city from a study by the financial news company 24/7 Wall Street. According to the study, excessive drinking occurs among 26.2% of adults in the Eau Claire metro area, a statistic notably higher than the national average of 18%. The study also stated that in Eau Claire, there are 232 bars and restaurants for every 100,000 residents. Though these numbers are well above the national averages, Eau Claire community members like Mary Shaw, who works for the Stavenhoop Liquor Store on Water Street, and Robert Tarver, University of Wisconsin Eau Claire senior, say they are not surprised.
When I heard that Eau Claire is the second drunkest city, I was not surprised at all. Being here for 4 years now, I've seen a lot of the drinking culture, especially on campus, and related to students. It's kind of like a weekly thing. It's very heavy all the time, and it's kind of something that's like the new norm.
I never drank that often in high school, but it's mostly beer in my town, I guess, because most people just fish and drink beer and don't really go for the harder stuff. I feel like in Eau Claire, it's a lot more rum, vodka, whiskey, like harder alcohols than just typical beer drinking. Especially when you go to a party, you always fill up your bottle with stuff that will get you actually drunk.
According to the 2015 through 2018 Eau Claire County Community Health Improvement Plan for High-Risk Drinking Prevention, Eau Claire County youth report using alcohol at around 13 years old.
So working at an alcohol store, I have definitely seen a lot of underage students trying to buy liquor, whether they have a fake ID or they're having their friend come and buy for them. It's been pretty obvious. I've also seen classmates who will just give cash to their friends to buy booze for them. So I think age really does not stop people from drinking because they just find loopholes.
Tarver was a 19-year-old sophomore at the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire the night he woke up on a stretcher headed inside an Eau Claire hospital.
It was right before second semester sophomore year. Everybody was giving me drinks. I just asked for drinks. They're like, sure, take my drink. So I drank even more than just what I bought. I was just down in my rum, my whole bottle. I wasn't drinking any chase, so I was just taking it straight from the bottle. And I was taking it pretty often. And I was probably not even at the party for a half hour. And then I blacked out.
The CDC defines a standard drink as equal to 0.6 ounces of pure alcohol and states that binge drinking is the most common, costly, and deadly pattern of excessive alcohol use in the United States. According to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, binge drinking for a typical male adult involves the consumption of 5 or more drinks in about 2 hours, and only 4 or more drinks for women.
These 2 girls came into the bathroom and saw me throwing up, and were like, oh, we just gotta splash water on him to wake him up. So they just turn on the faucet and drench me with ice cold water. And apparently I was speaking incoherently. I couldn't remember my name. When they asked me my name, I was saying my middle name, which is Michael. So when I was asking my name, they said I was saying Michael, not Robert. So yeah, and then the cops showed up and they took me in an ambulance to the hospital. And I woke up while they were wheeling me in, and the doctors were asking me my mother's maiden name, what's my name? And I'm answering all these questions, right? And I just remember being so terribly cold because of the ice water, because it's basically dying from alcohol poisoning because I had no body heat. So it was hypothermia basically. And I remember in between each question, I was begging them for a blanket, just I'd say my name and then please give me a blanket, please give me a blanket. And they ask me another question, please give me a blanket. And eventually they're like, we'll get you a blanket, we'll get you a blanket. Just gotta answer a few more questions. And I remember that. And the last thing I remember the doctor saying is okay, we gotta get these wet clothes off, and then I passed out.
According to the CDC, excessive alcohol use has both short and long-term health risks. A few of the short-term risks include injuries, violence, and alcohol poisoning. Katie Wilson, a University of Wisconsin Eau Claire health educator, expresses her concern for these risks.
Well, I think, it worries me that we're the second drunkest city because, high-risk drinking comes with a lot of negative consequences. So we're not, when we talk about high-risk drinking and being the drunkest city, we're not just talking about, having a couple beers or having a glass of wine. We're talking about drinking in excess that leads to problems.
Driving while intoxicated is one of the problems that the city of Eau Claire faces that can be related to excessive drinking. 24/7 Wall Street's study of Eau Claire stated that alcohol was involved in 38.9% of deadly car accidents, one of the highest percentages of any metro area, and significantly higher than the 30% national average.
In Wisconsin, the OWI or DUI laws are much more lax than a lot of states, and so that, again, shapes the culture because you have, if you, in a lot of places, if you get a DUI, it's a felony offense, and they, it's a lot more serious right away. And here, like, if you read the Leader Telegram, like, you'll see people with their 12th OWI or 8th, and at that point, they are taking it seriously. But I think we need to take it seriously a little bit before, because driving while intoxicated puts everybody at risk.
Wilson has spent the last 3 years focusing on programs and strategies that can be implemented to reduce high-risk drinking both on and off campus.
So my position didn't revolve as much around alcohol when I started here, so it's just in the last 3 years I've been a little bit more zeroed in on the alcohol. I think we've made some improvements. We have seen some reduction, definitely in student drinking. It's been more on the university's radar, and we've implemented some things that have helped, some educational things and some policy components that, holding students accountable when they get in trouble off campus, for instance. So they get a couple underage tickets off campus, and then they have to meet with somebody here and are put on non-academic probation. And so, it's just like in real life, if I got in trouble for alcohol use or an assault or something like that, my employer would want to know about it. And we want to know about it when students get in trouble because they're reflecting on us in the community, and we want to ensure that they are in the best place to be successful. And if they're getting a bunch of tickets and getting into trouble off campus, then we know that that puts them at risk for not completing their time at the university and having a worse experience.
Tune in tomorrow for more details on what is being done to curb excessive drinking in America's proclaimed second drunkest city. Reporting for Inside Eau Claire, this is Kinsey Johnson.